meeting. As you know, it is 7:08. Call this meeting to order. May we start off, please, with the salute to the nation's flag. Join me. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Very well, thank you for that. Roll call. Please let the record show that Supervisor Savavic, Cassiola, Fisher, Ezio, and Ron Flair are in attendance. In addition, Township Manager Don Junuso, Chief of Police Sean Logodinski, Dan Dyseroth of Gateway Engineers, and the Township Solicitor Gretchen Moore. At this time, may we entertain short, brief comments, citizens' comments on any item that is on the agenda at this time. Please step to the microphone. State your name and address.
Wendy Johnson, 1408 Yorktown, Lawrence, PA. And I see on the agenda an item to appoint somebody to Parks and Recreation. I don't know if you have multiple applications for that or not, but I would like to see it tabled as more people may be expressing their interest in it and would like a chance.
Okay, very well. Anyone else? Yes. Please stand in line. We'll be ready for the next one.
Good evening. My name is Carolyn Yeagle. I believe the draft agenda that was posted, there was an agenda item associated with the decision, but on the one in the room this evening, it's been removed. Should I wait until old business?
What item is it?
It was potential consideration for a decision on the rezoning. It was on page 2. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Should
Yes,
I wait until old business?
No, it won't be discussed this month on the agenda.
Okay.
There's to be an executive session that's needed to discuss that further.
Okay.
So,
thank you very much.
but we're ready, but not. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right. Next, Kathy.
Just two quick items. One is the 199 that talks about directing the Parks Board to address physical amenities.
Okay.
Scuttlebutt on the street as they're trying to cut their budget. Won't that make it more difficult for them? Cost of equipment for these parks is very expensive. And if we want to fix up Hill Station and everything else, I think the more money we can give the Parks and Recreation, the better it would be.
Very well.
Second thing, 197 on the standard for the benches.
Yes.
As a taxpayer, I just want to make sure that all the considerations, so we don't go through the same thing we went through last time with the memorial in the park for a single person. You have to have a limit on benches. We're going to have benches from one end of the park to the other. They can actually be able to jump over them. And then two, who decides on, make sure we know who decides where the benches need to be placed.
Okay.
Because everybody's going to want, that live in this area are going to want here, and the ones in Hills are going to want Hills, but maybe we need them at Henderson and not Hills and not here.
Right.
So I just want to make sure you take a lot of thought before you make a decision on that. Because it isn't just a matter of letting them put the benches there, but how many you're going to put there.
Very well. Thank you. We're going to entertain questions, so appreciate you speaking up and stating that you will be speaking during that agenda item after the supervisors. Yes.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Andrews Moniker, and I have watched the last month's meeting on the Perry Memorial Bench. I was in shock that this memorial almost got voted in until Cindy Fisher and Ronald Flair stepped in and asked for a policy to be set into place. I saw Mrs. Perry speak saying that this bench was already made, which confuses me why it was made before a public vote. Almost like she was misguided or promised that she would be allowed to have this. Today, I see on the agenda you are asking for benches. This naturally will make the Perry family's bench voted in if it was approved, which is great to accommodate her family. 1 year ago, my lawsuit ended in the disgrace of my family and cost the township over $60,000 of taxpayer money. It was embarrassment to the township and my family. This is a lesson to be learned that this policy needs to be set in place, whatever you're going to do tonight. On December 31st, of 2015, I asked by email for Memorial Bench. It was denied by the parks when the four supervisors later approved a rock and stone on minutes. Cindy Fisher was absent that night and Ronald Clear was not a supervisor yet. We know all the story. It was installed, then it was removed. Tom Cassiola came out with a public statement later, asked and even put it on a township page, that my father had no significant role in the township, nor did he do any volunteer work. Mr. Cassiola, I did not know that you held my father's hand during his life, and you had no right to even make a judgment like that. That every single person in the world has a significant role in life, and that you should have never made that judgment and made it public. And I'm very sorry that you did. I have endured a lot with this memorial. I have seen the loss of it being removed, and I'm saddened that you're going to be putting more memorials in. This should not happen. It should not be individualized for any person in the township. You started brick pavers, stick brick pavers. These benches can go from one end to the next. There needs to be a policy set. You're lowering the budget by $100,000, and our parks are an embarrassment. That there are so many township people in this area that wants good parks. Southview is a disgrace. Lawrence and Hills Henderson are struggling. In Cecil Parks, that blue bridge needs replaced, and we need money for our parks. Our kids are growing. There's grandparents that need these parks, and I would like the budget to stay where it is. And there's a petition going around right now, and it's up to 200 signatures and growing fast. It's only been up since October 31st, and I really hope that you consider what I'm saying.
Very well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jen. Anyone else have a comment on an agenda-related issue? Very well. May I go just quickly over the announcements